looking out for the women as natural as men and women are, but we're sending men out there to get the women to bring them back to camp.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. Since your cousins goes to Afghanistan, do the women sleep in a separate area from the men?
Right. We're paying, all the taxpayers are paying for it. So they bring them back to a separate camp. So, it's, I don't want this conversation too awkward, but, when they have their thing, they have to go, they called in to bring the women back to their own private camp for a while. And, but it's a distraction for the guys. They fall in love with each other. They're all married. So it's a distraction for the guys.
Well, I guess when it's the time of the month, they just have to put the war on pause.
No, it's, that it has nothing to do with being married. I mean, no offense. There is.
Look, I'm sorry if I cut you off, but when you're in the sand dune for a year, I mean, your life might be over soon. What do you think they're going to do? It's kind of awkward to talk about on the radio, but it just, my cousin explained it to me, it's just awkward.
Well, I'm sure it's awkward, and but you know what? It's just the way it is, and I don't know if we can do anything about it. And
but women have been in the military for obviously how many years, but it's not that, but the front lines in the sand dunes, like my cousin was telling about how weird it is.
Well, I think that's an individual thing, because the bottom line is, when we all go to work, we work side by side, men and women, okay? The people who were killed in 9/11 went to work, and they didn't expect to die in those Twin Towers.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's number one. I mean, I don't see it in the police department, okay? I mean, you come into work and this could be the end for you.
Well, back up.
What does that mean? You gotta get a quickie? I mean, it just doesn't work that way.
Well, I don't think you can compare the police department with the military, because the police.
Why not?
After 8 hours,
wait
they go
a minute.
home.
Hold on, guys. The police department, it's weird too. Not nowhere near like the military, but
try doing their job, Felix.
I didn't say the job is easy. I'm saying at the end of the shift, they go home.
Yeah, well, for the most part in the military, you're going out on patrol. You don't know what's going to happen. It could be an uneventful patrol, meaning you're going out for a few hours, you're coming back, and you're, you have your free time, whatever it is, and then you can get into a 7-8 hour a battle. I mean,
I know. Look, I have a lot.
It's very stressful. Both jobs are very stressful, and I still don't know how you can say one is more dangerous than the other.
We're not saying that at all.
You just finished saying that.
No, I said the difference is that a cop can go home at the end of his shift, and he can go home to his wife and his family. The soldiers cannot.
Yeah, but the soldiers know that this is what they signed up for.
I'm not saying if the...
But that's the whole thing. It's a volunteer army.
I don't think the soldier or you and I can understand. I was never in the sand dunes for a year. And you don't know what, geez, a year goes by. I mean, they're with these women, they're with these guys, they got, brothers and all that stuff, and, they become family. So it's a little different, Mark. A little different.
No, we're not denying it's different, but I think it's just something we're going to have to start living with, because it's a fact of life. And I don't know too much. I'd like to hear from a serviceman or woman who actually has done it.
I can't talk from experience. This is my cousin. I see him all the time. And
I understand.
This is why I'm bringing it up, because how awkward it is with the women on the front lines. Not in the military, on the front lines with them in the sand dunes.
Yeah, no, I understand that 100%. Now, did you listen to the from the start of the show today?
No, I did. I'm sorry, Felix, I didn't.
Okay. No, because we're starting a grassroots movement called the Coffee Party. It's just telling people to go out and vote with their heart and mind. Don't just vote down the party, down the party line. Choose your candidates carefully, and
something that we brought out on Friday.
You know guys, you know what's sad is that voting. The politicians lost my vote, all of them, because then they get caught up in the news and they're doing all these sex things and everything else.
Well, that's why, Bob. That's why we said that. The statistic is there. Congress has a low approval rating, yet unfortunately 90% of them get reelected. Why? And that's the whole purpose behind this grassroots movement of the Coffee Party.
Right.
And that is you have a constitutional God-given right that men and women have died to protect. So, exercise your right to vote. If you're not going to vote, then you have no right to complain. You're getting exactly what you deserve.
Oh, look, Mark, I fall in that category because
we all do. We all do. I mean, myself included.
For years,
Look, I'm sure I'm younger than you. No disrespect. But I don't think my vote counts or means anything.
I'll tell you, when I was younger, I used to vote straight Democratic, never even looked to see what the candidates were. Because I was a Democrat, or at least, and that's the way I voted. And as you get older, you realize that, not all Democrats are right, not all Republicans are right. You have to vote for who you feel is right. Don't even think about what party they're from. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, that's the problem, Phyllis. It doesn't matter anymore. I can vote for a Republican. I can vote for a Democrat. They're all to me. They're all crooks. Look at the government shutdown. I mean, it doesn't matter who you vote for. It's all messed up.
Well, that's why. Listen, we have the power of voting the people out.
Well, it's going to happen to vote somebody out, but
everybody says they'd love to see it happen, but nobody. The problem is most people still don't do it, and they have to. Why? Because 80% of the people in the states are happy. They're content, and they really don't want to change. I don't think.
In the Congress itself, the Tea Party within the Republican Party, is a minority, but they are playing such a great game of politics that what they're doing is threatening the more moderate Republicans and saying, if you don't vote our way, then we are going to primary you in the 2014 election. We'll find somebody who's as conservative as we are, and we'll vote you out of office.
Right.
You see, the Republican may not necessarily win. What they may actually do is get a Democrat in, which would probably be good.
Well, if there's too much division.
Yeah, I agree with you. If there is too much division,
if there's too much division within the Republican Party, it does, or any party really. When you have many candidates running within the Democratic Party for the same seat, they all take votes from each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think when Ross Perot ran, that was what, Clinton?
They said that Ross Perot handed the election to Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Whenever you have a third-party person, they always take votes away from one of the parties. And usually, statistically, it has been proven that the party that suffers is the Republican Party. Because the independent person generally has some democratic leanings of, social problems, along with being fiscally sound. Okay? Ross Perot being a businessman, that was his approach.
Obviously Ross Perot. I like him.
Yeah, but it didn't work for Herman Cain. He's back to selling pizzas. $9.99.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to go down in history, 999.
Hey, I thought he was. I liked him in his own way.
Well, Herman Cain let his personality, shall we say, get in the way. His womanizing, and a good lesson for all of us males to learn that if you don't think that you're going to get caught at some point, you're a fool.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And it's been proven over and over
again, yeah.
And the other thing we didn't mention today is Booker. He's now a senator.
That's right. Senator Booker from the great state of New Jersey. Felix was.
You like Chris Christie?
Do I like him?
Yeah.
Some of the things he says I could go for.
Things, but
I think he takes the gruffness of Ed Koch. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn what he says or who he offends. He's an equal opportunity offender. Okay.
So at the same time, he was opposing the gay marriage laws or whatever you want to call them. And today he said he's going to drop his opposition.
Well, you know why? Because he saw that there was. It didn't pay to continue with the fight because it's a battle he would have lost.
But he realizes that.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
He's smart enough not to let his feelings overtake him.
Well, Mark, what do you think about his position? Are you for or against?
Bob, I can't hear you. We got a train going here.
That's all right.
Wonderful sound effects.
It makes it fun.
Yes, it does.
It's all right.
So what was your question?
My question to you guys about Chris Christie's stance on gay marriage.
Well, he's against it. That's his personal feelings.
No, not you. I'm not you, but you guys. Not him, you guys.
About gay marriage?
Yeah.
It's okay with me. I'm not against it. I'm not. Listen, if two people are gay and they're in love, que sera. Who
listen,
am I to tell them what to do?
I have news for you. I listen to Congress people from Texas, of course.
Right. Yeah,
and they're talking about. One congressman got up there and said, "What? Two gay people having a baby? It's biologically impossible." I mean, what does he think? He's so stupid. There's in vitro fertilization. There are surrogates. It's just a foolish thing to say. And to show the difference is that if you were to ask anyone who is a young person in their 20s, early 20s, okay, they don't care. It makes no difference to them. Why shouldn't a person be able to get married? I have to tell you, this is an argument that's hits very close to home because my son is gay.
All right.
And
I gotta have a gay cousin, so it's all right.
The bottom line is we talk about this all the time, and he was very vociferous about the fact that he was very upset that in certain states, if he lived there, he couldn't marry. Okay? I say, as Felix just said, if two people love each other, why not? I'll even go one step further. I've heard Republican Congress people say that a child being brought up in a gay home, it's not healthy. Well, I got to tell you something. Heterosexuals raise homosexuals. My wife and I got together and made a baby. Okay? My son is gay. It's not that he turned gay, all right, that there was a gay influence upon him. Bottom line is...
he's gay for whatever reason.
But anyway,
Bob, appreciate you calling, but unfortunately...
we got about 30 seconds left, enough to say goodbye.
All right, Bob, sign out, thank God.
All right, Bob, thanks for the call.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as they say, power to the people.
That's right. Coffee Club Party. Look for us on Friday, same time.